Welcome to the Kev and Pickle Show. As we always do, let us introduce ourselves.
Is that hair gel? No, I'm not Mary from Who Wants to Be. No, fucking from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. No, I'm not Mary from Something About Mary. I am Kev.
And I, of course,
hell.
I'm Pickle. I so love that I have an easier entrance to
why the fuck
everything
was I
that we do.
Why was I thinking about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
It might be because of the quiz we're doing later on, Kev. You'd never know. But we know that it's nothing to do with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It's a little more cryptic factor, so it is. But guys, welcome. It is episode 80, Kev.
80.
We're in the 80s. Would you do an 80-year-old?
I do Helen Mirren. Is she 80?
Oh, at least, yeah. Because we did her birthday about 50 episodes ago. So we did
let's see Helen Mirren.
She's got to be. I'd say she's 73. Just randomly. I'm just going to throw in.
She's 77. She's nearly there.
Right. So in 3 more years, she's a mess.
3 weeks ago, we could have done it.
Wow, we could have done it. Right. And you still do it for 3 more years. But listen, it is episode 80, Kev. And for the last time, I can say that this is the start of my working week. Woo!
Hey!
Deadly. So listen, guys, we are going to jump in. No, we're not. We're going to let Kev tell everybody what's coming up in this week's episode.
Thanks, Pickle. You're starting to, you don't even read your own emails anymore.
Nope.
This week, guys, we're talking about, do you sing in the car with your family? As we didn't do it last week because we started getting fucking all over the place. We're talking about pensions. In the zoo, what animal would you fight or not like to fight? And as well, there's plenty more included this week's top 5 and a wee special quiz, Pickle, whatever that is about.
Yeah, a little special kind of a quiz that we'll get into in a little bit. But listen, let's jump in like we always do with the history of, I can't believe I'm saying it, of 1980. Hey, this is just insane. So it is. Okay, so look, 1980 was an interesting year, Kev. Did you know former Beatle John Lennon was shot to death in 1980?
I think he's still alive. You know that?
What's the name of his wife?
Oh, Yoko Ono.
Yoko Ono, right. Myself and the wife were calling out everybody's name from the people in the curry house to you name it, right? And we were getting it wrong.
Yoko Ono.
Yeah, Yoko Ono, right? And then, Kev, I don't know if this is based, if it was based around this, right? The killer clown, John Wayne Gacy Jr., is sentenced to death for the murder of 33 boys and young men.
That's it.
It has to be. Surely that's what the film was made of.
Now, has to be, yeah.
Kev, I know you like playing with yourself and you like having something in your hands. The Rubik's Cube debuted in 1980. Okay? It was
great toy.
Yeah, created in the 70s, but it debuted early in 1980, so that it hit the stores in May, following a year of its huge success, causing a worldwide craze. I don't understand people who do it in like 7 seconds. Now, by do it, I mean Rubik's Cubes. I can understand other stuff being done in 7 seconds.
You do indeed.
Yeah,
that's how you have 2 children.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it was easy enough, so it was like, hey. But yeah, look, I thought that was mental, Kev. Right? Listen, I have a birthday and a half for you. I believe that on November the 12th, 1980, a gentleman born in London, Canada, not London over there, London, Canada, is the only man that you have said openly you would sleep with.
Ryan Gosling, baby.
That's all I need to go to. That's literally it. So what's that make him? 80. So he's 42 this year. So he is like, hey. Yeah, Kev, I mean, like, I like the way you don't change you understand the men you want to sleep with, you know, man, and it doesn't change. I know, I like that.
Pretty boys. I'm into pretty boys.
Christina Aguilera, she was a big part of our childhood. Dirty.
She was
7 hours.
Big part of me tugging at the joystick there for many a day.
I'm telling you, Kev. So listen, her birthday was
dirty genie in a bottle. I barely polished my genie bottle.
Yeah, but she polished.
Polish it right up. Woo-hoo! Rub that lamp. There
we go. Episode name sorted. December 18th, 1980 was when Christina Dirty Aguilera was born. December 18th. So week before Christmas, right? And then look, you mentioned this guy before, right? Matthew Gray Gubler. Right? The guy from Criminal Minds. Who?
Good looking fella.
No, the nerd. The nerd. Right? Okay? The genius, right? It wasn't you that told me this. Here's an interesting fact about him.
Wasn't me.
The song.
In your other podcast.
Yeah. The Killers wrote a song. And I don't know if it was Mr. Brightside or something else, right? And it was about him because it was something to do with an ex-girlfriend, or he slept with somebody's girlfriend or something like that, right? Yeah, that's just a little interesting thing. So it is like, and then just to go a little bit left field, like we used to do or always do, Michael Jackson left this kid in a bad way.
Macaulay Culkin.
See, and it could have been any kid.
Michael Jackson didn't touch Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, or anybody else. August 26th, 1980 was Macaulay Culkin's birthday. Not kid's not dead.
He looks like shit for 42.
He really fucking does.
If I look like that at 42, I am fucked.
Yeah. And Kev, that's only a number of years away that we're not going to talk about.
Yeah.
Right, that's your history. That's your birthdays for 1980. Kev, how was your week, my man?
Week was pretty good. It's been... today is Friday, the 12th of August, 2022. And today, honestly, felt like the hottest day I've ever remembered.
Yeah. Carol was the hottest.
It was absolutely beautiful. Like, I never complain about heat. I love the heat. And it was absolutely tremendous. I see people that give out a bit of heat, tip off the Mercury or Venus or whatever you want to tip off to. Like, because that is a really hot place, really hot.
Yeah, so they not want to go to a really cold place then.
No, go down and melt the cunts.
I like that. Just go and fucking melt yourself, okay? Yeah. Well,
absolutely tremendous. Love to see the sunshine. Everybody is happy. Got a new watch. The new watch was delivered. My old Garmin GPS watch packed in when I was on holiday, so I finally bit the bullet and got a new one, and it arrived today, and it's feeling great.
Well, I can't find the charger for my watch, which is annoying me. Right? It's one of them that you sit on it.
Well, that's a girly one, isn't it? You're quite girly with a white strap.
I don't know. I got it with the phone 2 years ago.
Okay.
So it gives you all the crap. But so many steps are on my phone anyway, so they are. But listen, I was going to say to you, I did two things today that I didn't think I'd ever do today. One, I cut my grass with my fixed lawnmower.
You got it fixed.
We got it fixed, remember? A couple of weeks ago, he said how I snapped that baby in half. I ran over that wire and boom. All the fucking house fuses and everything. Boom, 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 boom. Got a call off Eddie McGuire, still plug for them, right? Fixed it. Told me to go get it. Went and got it this morning, thanks to the in-laws. Threw it in the back of the car, came home, cut the grass, despite them telling me not to because the sun would burn it or something like that. But I cut the grass because it was really long. And I did it topless.
Well done.
I know.
Thank God you got walls around your house so people didn't have to see that fucking thing.
A big shout out to my neighbour Josh, who either was at work, right, or saw me and didn't say anything. So either way, appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, right?
You're giving a shout out to Eddie McGuire. I'm going to give a shout out. I don't usually give ones out. MC Carpets, where we got the carpet last week for the bedroom, but also we come up with an idea. The son wanted AstroTurf in his bedroom.
Love it.
Okay, so we, as a 6-year-old, as all 6-year-olds would want, he wanted AstroTurf, so he got AstroTurf. So MC Carpets delivered the AstroTurf, put it in. I put it up on the page, our Facebook page yesterday. Give them a shout out. Only opened in 2 years. Opened during the pandemic. The lads are brilliant. Shane and Jake, and then the dad does the fitting. The fitting is fucking exceptional. So big shout out to the lads there on MC Carpets. And we'll probably
on the Ramparts.
Where the old Carl Parks used to be.
Yeah, just you know where it is, guys. But yeah, and Kev, was that always the carpet you wear, or did you get another carpet, or was that what you were getting? Remember, you told us a couple weeks ago you were getting carpet in the house. Was that all?
No, that was for our bedroom. So I got a new carpet for our bedroom.
Perfect.
And I was always getting the AstroTurf for him. So when we were in, look at the AstroTurf, the way he was talking to the way he was making sales, I knew I needed a new carpet for the bedroom. Yeah. And I said, you know, you're actually quite decent at what you're doing. Give me the new carpet. So he got, out of a wee sale, he got a big sale. So fair play to the lads.
Brilliant, Kev. Well, look, mine was pretty much like you. I was enjoying the sun, plenty of walking. You know what I mean? As Kev said before we came on air, I'm still a fat bastard, but did plenty of walking this week. But listen, I'm going to do something about it again, Kev. But this time I'm going to do something a little different, right? So the reason is, last week You said you wanted no more vegans. You wanted to eat all the chicken wings in the world, and Diana Vickers to do a duet, which is not even sleep along. You wanted just a duet.
Just
fair play.
Yeah.
Got to give you credit for that, Kev. I'm with Anna Kendrick. I'm very similar. I just want her to sing me to sleep. That's all I'm looking for with Anna, okay? I mentioned one thing about weight and how I lost weight before and how I'd love to do it again and keep it off. And got message during the week to my own Facebook page of people who I know who had followed me 6 years ago, whatever it was. Jesus Christ, it probably is 6 years ago, could be 7 years ago. When when I lost, what did I get up to 6 stone or whatever it was, 6 stone, I think it was. And they were like, "Well, of course you can do it. Come on, Pickle. Like you can do. You did it before. We supported you when you were doing it. I mean, go do it again." So this is Friday the 12th. So tomorrow, Saturday the 13th, I'm going back to Slim World. Okay, but to make sure I do it this time, I'm doing it through the show. So you guys are gonna know fucking all my weights every Saturday. I'm gonna put it up here, and you just can slag me off about it. You just can praise me for it. You can do whatever you want. I'm not putting up meals and shit. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying, once a week, when I go.
We bit of advice for Pickle, right?
Yeah.
£0.5 a week over a course of 12 months is some amount of weight. That's £25, or even £1 a month. £1 a week is 55. So we don't want. I think what happened. I know you tried it there not so long ago.
COVID fucked me up at Christmas. I was at a stone and a bit.
You're at it, but I think the way you went at it, you went all guns blazing the first week, and you lost, I think, about £10 the first week. Okay. Nice, slowly wins the race. You're a wee hedgehog now.
Exactly, okay, and that's what I'm doing. The wife is following me back at me on this, so she is. Here's a guest, Rainbow, who's watching the podcast this week. This, of course, is my beautiful daughter, Emma. Say hello to everybody. Good girl. Hello, bye. Wait a bit with GMS yet. Right. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to
slowly wins the race, little hedgehog. So we're going to pick up the hedgehog now.
Pick up the hedgehog. Every Saturday, you guys are going to see what it is. I'm going to do it that way. You're going to support me like you did before. I'm going to get this fucking gut off me, right? Kev, quick thing before I forget though, right? End of this week's show, because I forgot to mention it last week. We have a song off Sarah again this week. Sarah Winky Music on Facebook, Instagram, okay? All I Want, that's the version this week. Last week was Starry Night, which actually was an incredible version of it, okay? This is our cover of All I Want, right? So just want to say that at the end of the show, guys.
I would like to make a request to Sarah Pickle. If you get on to Sarah about it, I would like to make for her to sing the song Let's Get Physical, okay, by Olivia Newton-John, because unfortunately we lost a legend. Is it Let's Get Physical? I think it is Let's Get Physical. We lost a legend.
By Olivia Newton-John. She sang Let's Get Fit. She sang Grease.
The song was Let's Get Physical.
If that was her, I'm shocked. I'm just saying, like, I don't expect.
Let's Get Physical. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Let's Get Physical. So I'd like her, Sarah, because it is Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah.
Was unbelievable. Right, she was unbelievable. She fought cancer for 30 years. She was in one of the biggest movies in probably cinematic history. Fair play to her, and God rest up, because that is a big loss to.
And you were a big fan. Like, I sent you a message, and like you're a fan. I didn't make the fucking message, right? I only sent it, right?
Pickle set me off 3 slagging messages. I goes, that's not funny.
And I was like, I didn't agree with it. I was like, all I'm doing is forwarding something.
I don't usually get offended by messages from Pickle, okay? But this one I was like, it's too fucking soon.
Yeah, it was. You're older than it was.
Poor old Olivia.
Yeah, but no, and look, one last thing about my week was, Kev, that obviously last night, Thursday night, we played Newry Reserves in a friendly. Great. Thanks very much for coming down, guys. We really appreciate it. They were coming to look at a couple of players, obviously in the possibility of maybe taking them up to Newry and that kind of stuff. Now, obviously, we encourage that. We try. We're a club that we bring young lads in, we keep them for a year or two, we give them all the ball they can play, and then hopefully send them on the way to the right club. Now, that doesn't always happen. I'm here, yeah. Can you not hear me, Kev?
You're frozen. Pickle froze, guys.
We're back.
Pickle froze.
Yeah, we're back though. You're back now because you had frozen as well. So we're good. You hear me, yeah?
I can hear you now, right.
Sorry, guys. It says my internet connection is unstable. So yeah, it is me. So yeah, look, as I said, some players go off on other random journeys that make absolutely no fucking sense, and you get screwed over by certain people, which is irrelevant. Thanks very much to Newry for coming down, talking properly to us, talking to players properly, doing everything the right way. And look, if any lads do decide to go for a bit of training or anything like that, as I said, they're going to be welcome to go up. But I mean, obviously, we're at the end of a season. We have 2 games left in the league, 3 points off top. We're in the semi-final of a cup. Some people want to hang around till the end of the season. like you should do. So yeah, you know what I mean? Big shout out to all the lads. Fergie, one of my main boys, though, have to give him a shout out. He did ligament damage
I
last
love
night.
how cryptic Pickle is, okay?
No, there ain't no cryptic with me. There ain't none cryptic with me. There's certain people in the world that can go fuck themselves. So there is, and then there's other people who can always call me. But no, Fergie, one of my boys, Niall Ferguson, I want to give him a shout out. He did ligament damage last night. He's in the boot. End of the season. He's our number 10. He's been our number 10 all season. He's an incredible player. He's an incredible fucking bloke. Speedy recovery, mate. We fucking love you. Okay, we really do. But right, Kev, would you?
I'd like to do the top 5, but where do you rather first? Okay, yeah, would you rather? Now, there's a bit of a dirty one to this week. Okay, would you rather ride, okay, an armless and legless girl, or get a blowjob off a toothless man? I come up with this myself. I was upstairs playing FIFA with my 6-year-old, and this came to my head.
Is it bad that I have to think about it? Surely this should be a straightforward answer. Like, you know what? Like, there's an old expression: "Any holds a goal," right? And you're playing FIFA. So I'm going with the first one, Kev. I'm going with the legless, the armless
legless chick.
Yeah, bring her on.
Fair play.
I'm gonna go with that one.
You're dumbfounded on that one.
I'm a little bit. I gotta be honest, because I'm also thinking like, well, you don't have to look down at who's giving you a blowjob. So like,
no, you don't. And he's toothless.
And he's
not gonna catch you.
He's also a heel. Like, he's not blind though.
No, he's not.
That'd be weird.
Be afterwards.
Would it be better getting it off a blind bloke, or you being blind getting it off a bloke?
Or being blind, you don't want to be seeing that shit.
Right, okay. In my head, I was thinking a different way, but I don't really know why.
Pickle, I want to go on. I want to do our top 5s.
Right, so okay, cool. I love this. So, famous people, dead or alive, that you would love to meet.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to get my list up here. Go. You give me your first one there, and I will get mine up. That's what she said.
We mentioned him earlier in the show.
Fucking your fella. You want to write him?
Michael Jackson. I want to meet Michael Jackson.
All right. Okay.
What a legend. I know he had his demons and whatever, and he had a lot of stuff going on. But definitely would love to meet Michael Jackson. To hear him sing, see him doing his moonwalk, see him getting up on his tippy toes. Love to see the stuff going on. Love to go to Neverland to see all the rides and the Ferris wheels and all that sort of stuff. Fantastic. Love to see Michael Jackson in his house.
I should probably meet Macaulay Culkin there as well. He'd probably get you up on your tippy toes. Right, so I'll go with my first then, right, which is also a Michael, and I'm guessing you can presume who the last name is. If I'm going Michael Jordan, okay?
Very good. Number 23.
Exactly, right. Of course, I'd love to meet Mike Jordan. He was my basketball idol growing up. Obviously, I'd like to meet him. He is a multi-billionaire. He's a businessman. He's everything, and he's a class golfer as well. Michael Jordan is definitely in my top 5.
He's not a class golfer. He tried it and he was shit.
No, that was baseball, Kev. That was baseball. He tried. He plays golf just because he's a gambler and he thinks he's good at it, and he'll basically gamble a lot of money on himself. MJ is in mine.
I'd love to meet Harry Styles, Pickle. He is pretty cool for a bloke that was in One Direction. Absolutely pretty cool, Harry Styles. He gets all the chicks.
I'd love to meet the Irish guy. Would you not want to meet the Irish guy?
Niall Horan, a bit boring. Like
Dennis met him at the Fla the other day. Yeah, Dennis to listen to the show.
If you met Harry Styles, he could be a good wingman. Like,
well, Mary Hernandez, Ireland's favorite gay, mentioned him on the chat about like how he dresses and how he's
he dresses like he
doesn't give a shit.
I was going to say something really bad, but no, he dresses nearly like a female. He dresses in female clothes, nearly like he's trans,
which is like grand. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
all power to him.
Exactly, Kev. I don't know if this counts, right? Because we said famous people. Right, dead or alive. I want to meet a character. So I want to meet Chandler from Friends, but not Matthew Perry.
Okay, you want to meet Chandler?
I want to sit down and have a sarcastic conversation with Chandler from Friends. Because literally, I think that's why I'm such, ask the wife, a sarcastic prick, right? Yeah, is because I spend every day watching that still, and I grew up watching it every Monday night.
My number 3, Pickle, I would love to meet Donald Trump to see does he have anything in that safe at all. It'd be a legendary conversation. I'd love to see I'd love to have a conversation. I'd say he'd be a pretty cool conversationalist.
I think
grab
he'd
by the
spit on you.
pussy, grab by the pussy, and all that sort of carry on. Like,
He'd love this podcast. He would love this podcast.
Donald, I'm sure you have members of people listen to every. If you want to come on, I'm not a Donald Trump supporter, but I sympathize with Donald Trump from time to time. I don't understand why an FBI decide just to, on random, to go in and try to go into his house and go through his safe. Like, he could have had that in that safe. He could have had a big black dildo in it for,
And he could have. He
could have. And I don't understand how that's going to be allowed, but we never did that to Hillary Clinton or even Joe Biden's son, who's very strange and lots of stuff going on now. He's more coke up his nose and fucking Pablo Escobar going on. Like, but no offense, Joe Biden's son or whatever his name is.
I want to call him Hunter.
Is that the one the one that's dead? No.
Oh shit!
One of them's dead.
Right, sorry if it is. My bad.
One of them's dead.
Right, I'm just thinking of all the shit Trump used to say, and I just remember the name Hunter used to be mentioned a lot. But yeah, if that is the one that's dead, my apologies. That was not meant as a joke or bad reference.
Well, maybe you're right. Maybe you're all right.
Yeah, it could be like. Kev. Right. My third one, right, is.
Yeah, all right. Hunter Biden's alive.
Right. Amanda Rendell.
Who's that?
Google her. Because I need you to know who I'm talking about, right? She's Scottish, right? She's got loads of tattoos, right? And you might remember her from the station that would have a lot of girls on it at night.
Amanda. I don't want to go into images.
Well, you could, because it's your computer. She used to be on Babe Station. And now she does all the other stuff, but she's Scottish, and I don't know. It's just obviously there's something filthy going on there with her. But I just like to talk to her.
Yeah.
And just see how much money it would actually cost. So I would to have a sit down, lie down, chat with her. So that's all. That's Amanda Rendell is on my list, right? Now, I'm after changing one of mine because somebody sprung into my head, but I'm going to leave it to number 1, right? So give me your number 2, Kev.
My number 2 is very famous man that nobody. Oh, there is Amanda Rendell. That's right.
Using your phone, yeah?
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah, so that's why I want to meet her. And for anybody who doesn't know who Amanda is, she is on Instagram. She's on.
There's a lot of things going up. A lot of orifices.
Yeah. But
there's cucumbers. There's you name it.
But she seems really sound.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
So she does. I've watched her a bit.
Well, my number 2, very famous man. He's shaped parts of my youth life and a lot of my adult life. Ole Kirk Christensen.
I have no idea who that is.
Ole Kirk Christensen is the founder and the first
Lego
CEO of Lego.
Right.
That's him. Ole Kirk Christensen, the founder of Lego.
Ole, O-L-E, Kirk. Where did the name Lego come from then?
I don't know.
Like there is an L-E and an O in it, but
I think it was something to do with where he lived or something.
I bet you he stood on a piece and he went, "Oh, me leg!" And so he went, "No, wait, Oleg, Lego, Lego, we got it. Name jackpot. We're going to be millionaires."
And he was a carpenter picker. It was wooden toys the first.
What, like dreidels and stuff like that,
and little toy trains and stuff like that. That's our first
like dreidel. I made you out of clay.
That's again from Friends, pickle.
No, it's not from South Park.
I don't know.
Maybe it is. Might be. I know there was a Friends thing as well when they're trying to make Ben Jewish or something like that, and the Holiday Armadillo showed up. Man, we know too much about Friends, so we do. Like literally, we know too much about Friends. Kev, when you're looking up at the name Lego came from, my number 2 is a man who we have a friend who works for this man. Technically, right? This is none other than Van Wilder, Deadpool, Ryan
Reynolds.
I would love to meet that man because I think that is a man you could have a pint with. So it is. I think you could genuinely sit down.
Are you ready for Lego?
Yeah.
Lego, after the Danish phrase, leg Got means play well.
Oh.
There you go.
Jesus, okay, fair enough. Yeah, number 2, Deadpool himself, Mr. Ryan Reynolds, who I think, Kevin, fairness, we should maybe, right, be fans of the show, right? Should become fans of Wrexham. They should be like the club for the podcast.
Okay.
So it should. We should become Wrexham fans. We get some tickets. We'll go to wherever that is.
Wrexham.
Wales? No. Where is Wrexham?
Just North Wales. It's right beside where I used to live, Pickle.
Chester. Near Chester.
Right beside it. They hate each other. They absolutely hate each other.
Oh, lovely.
So when I was in Chester, they were playing in the same league. So the city would close down. Okay, the city was shut. Everything was shut. Shops, bars, everything was shut down because these are going to end up meeting in the city centre and breaking the shit up. Okay, so the whole place was shut down just so they could have a game of football. It was mayhem.
So would this be like a Notts County, Notts Forest? If you know what I mean?
This would be Boca Juniors and whoever their rivalry. This is hatred. This is.
It's like Celtic Rangers type of hatred. Like,
worse,
you know what I mean?
Worse than this. This is mayhem. For what it is, and the many people that's there, like it's just mayhem. But my number 1, Pickle.
Yeah.
Not counting yourself, okay, as a football manager, the most famous football manager probably in the world, the best football manager that was ever in the world, the most.
I know who you're not going to say, so go on.
One of the most successful managers in the world. One of the founders of football, the way it should have been played, and let's let them play football. The one and only. If God wanted
football played in the sky, he would have put grass on the clouds.
Yeah, it is Mr. Brian Clough. I love to meet him just to see what made him tick.
Yeah,
and just to be in his presence, really. I probably put the pants when I seen him.
Of course you would, Kev. Of course you fucking would. But
he's your number 1.
Right. I changed this, right, 2 minutes ago because it came into my head, right? Originally, I thought
you wanted to say Dennis Rodman.
No, Jessica Rabbit, originally. No, the one from the cartoon, Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
The one with the big eyes.
Yeah, right. But then I changed it, Kev. Now, the rules are dead or alive. So I don't know which this person is, right? To find out what happened, would love to meet.
Don't say it.
Madeleine McCann. Okay? Just to ask.
Stop.
I love the way this is what finally makes Kev just go. It's a game, right?
It's how you introduced it. If she's dead or alive. Like as if like this is a quiz. Dead or alive, dead or alive, dead or alive, dead or alive.
I think that would be somebody on the top of most people's lists.
Well, Pat, are you dead or alive?
Yeah, and what happened to you? You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. My parents came back drunk. They gave me some extra tablets so they could go back drinking a wee bit more. Turns out they overdid me and I died. But it's okay because they're still acting like that somebody else did it. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. It's to get the end. We did a thing, if you could solve any crime in the world, what would it be? And the most common reply we had was Madeleine McCann. So therefore, obviously, if you can meet anybody dead or alive or wherever she is, she'd be the one you'd get and you can solve the riddle, and then Max and fucking whatever the mother and father's names are, they can finally go to jail. You know what I mean? Like it's a good one.
Pickle, guess where I'm going Thursday.
Dublin. Is that what it is? Dude, the opening of the
opening day of the Lego store, Dublin, yeah. So can't wait to go there. I'm up on the 6 o'clock train or whatever.
Thursday morning.
Yeah. Oh yeah, heading up early. Might leave the house at 5. I actually drive up 5 o'clock in the morning, bang, up there for 6. Line up outside.
In the Bunsen and afterwards.
No,
that's the name.
It's not the
Hey, in 3 weeks, Kev, we're going to Dublin again, baby. We're going to go see Dan Nightingale. Dan Nightingale in the Whelan's, in the matinee, whatever that means. So hopefully this time I can actually drink, because I couldn't when we went to see Adam Road the last time.
But you had a wee squeaky bum.
Yeah, I was in a bad way. So
very hungover.
But yeah, so look, that's our top 5, right? We got a couple of random ones sent in. I gotta give one of the boys, Bailey, a shout out. He said he'd love to meet Paul Malone. That's just a referee in our local leagues, because I think most people would like to meet him. A man we used to work with, Petrov,
Ilya Petrov.
Petrophilia. That's a weird name to put his name down as. He said the first one. So the question was, top 5 this week, dead or alive, famous people dead or alive that you would love to meet. The first one.
Whatever that is.
Yeah, we got obvious ones in like Stephen Kenny from a local thing. We got Freddie Mercury sent in as well. I thought was pretty cool. Freddie Mercury might be actually an interesting guy to have a.
You wouldn't want to blow job off him.
Well, no, you wouldn't. But you can't catch it that way, can you?
No, but no, I'm talking about his teeth.
Oh, sorry. Right, okay.
I was not talking about AIDS or HIV, Pickle. I was talking about his teeth.
Sorry.
That just shows you how bad you are with AIDS and HIV. Would touch it that way. I wouldn't touch it that way. Oh, fucking hell, man. I swear to God. Pickle, I swear to God. No, every week. Pickle does something so stupid, right? Every week he just gives me enough ammunition to just take him apart. But he can't get AIDS from a blowjob. I don't think he can.
Right. What about monkeypox? Right. So listen, okay. I have a question for you. If you can't, and this is because of how much I've been out in the sun, I am as brown as brown bread, right? Okay. It's ridiculous, okay? If you can't
brown as Michael Jordan.
As Michael Jordan, yeah. If you can't get sunburn, because as I said, I got the cure, some old fella came.
You don't have that. Yeah, shut up with that.
Can you still get skin cancer?
Of course you can.
Aye, so it's not like one covers the two.
Black people can't. That's just a black person can't get skin cancer.
Well, no, I remember being in school and we were like, 17? And I asked somebody, like a black guy that was there, and I goes, can you get sunburned? And he looked at me like, I have no idea. He would have been 17 as well, or whatever, but he was like, I have no idea.
Of course you can. This one goes the same redness as we would. The thing will probably go purple.
I don't know. I'm going to have to ask some people that. Kev, does your lovely wife, Louise, ever randomly during the day say to you, will you stop talking to me and other people like you're on a fucking podcast?
Because no, I never get that.
I'm getting that a lot lately, right? Like a lot. It's like, I heard you talking to them. Will you stop talking to people like you're on the fucking podcast? I'm like, I have no idea what you mean. And she's like, if you held yourself, it's like you're talking to that fucking Kevin fella, right? And I'm like,
that fucking Kevin fella.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, all right. Like, okay. No, at least you don't get that. I'm just getting that abuse.
I have one more thing to bring up, Pickle.
That's what she said. Go.
My son was playing a blitz last night in Darver.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
And he came up against 3 teams in the blitz.
So who's he playing for?
He's playing for Cooley.
Cooley, yeah. Right.
So he came up against, first of all, he played against the Glen Emmets from Tullyallen in Drogheda.
Right.
Okay.
Ooh, right.
And they won the game. Great win. No problem. The next team they came up against was the Geraldines. Okay. The Geraldines one of the managers was an old friend of the show, an old friend of a few people on the listen to the show, Rory Campbell. Okay, he was manager. I think his son must have been playing.
The Geraldines, fucking.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Very, very random. Okay. And so he was there, and the Geraldines were absolutely tremendous. They played unbelievable players. Great result. And the next team to come against was the Joes. Okay.
Okay.
And I told my son, I goes, son, you can't lose to the Joes.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't lose to the Joes. So first half, I think it was about a draw game. The second half, everyone was put into midfield, and everyone went up for a ball, caught the ball, and I don't want to call a 7-year-old a prick, but a wee prick, okay, grabbed me son. My son shook him off as he does, and spun round, and the wee fella lashed out, Pickle. Like, lashed out, tried to kick him, just caught him. The game went on. They had to shake hands after. But he carried on at it. So my son, as he does, got angry. Okay, now he didn't hit. He did it the right way, Pickle. He showed him how to play football on the pitch. Okay?
That a boy, Ev. That a boy.
At one stage, he ran at him, I'd say, but looked like about 100 miles an hour. He ran at him. Okay, so he had to get out of the way. He had no choice. Otherwise, God help me, it would have been in an awful state. But it was niggling the whole game, and a lot of stuff was going on even off the ball. He tried to kick him, and he tried to hurt him. And at the end of the game, I told him, son, you're not shaking hands with that. Don't be shaking hands with him after the game.
No.
So
give him a little fucking.
So now they have to hit elbows as they walk past. So
Still.
they always do. They just had to do it.
All right.
And Evan dropped the sand, but your man elbowed him. Tried to do him again. So whoever that little prick, and do you know who? And I'll tell you now, do you know where he wasn't from, Pickle?
Davo.
He fucking wasn't from Davo. He had to be a Dromiskin prick. Okay, so I'm at it. Darwin Dromiskin. There's only nice people from Darwin. Arthur's Dromiskin. Only nice.
Right. We said last week, Kev, that this week we were going to pick the winner of the fantasy football team. Funny name
team.
So I have to give a shout out, and so the prize that they're getting is I'm not even sure what we can say. We're getting a prize to do with television services. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have to give a shout out to not a person, but I have to give a shout out to, and I can get the exact name here, which is Island TV Solutions. We want to say a big thank you to Island TV Solutions. And we also want to say congratulations to the winner, who, after looking through all these, and look, credit to credit's due, there is some good team names out there, like good, solid, good names that mean something, right, to certain people, okay? However, one man by the name of Ken, right, is the winner because he called his team
Rotten
Fritzl Palace. So, for anybody who doesn't understand why, I think that's the greatest name.
Stop. Every knows why. There's a team called Crystal Palace.
Yes, that's all I was going to say.
And he's doing a play on words with a person called Mr. Fritzl.
Yeah, so Joseph Fritzl, who look him up. You'll know who he is. He built a house under a house.
Fritzl.
Right? Ken, you're the winner of that, man. So congratulations. We have to give a shout out. At the minute, I'm 53rd in the league. Kev is way below me, and that's who he is.
No, I'm not.
You're 72nd, Kev, in the league, right?
Come on. How many points am I behind you? But 7.
No, like 13 or 14, right? There's 5 people below you. But Aaron Farron gets a shout out this week because he's bottom of the league. We said we're going to take the fun out of this, right? Harry's on me. And top of the league is Mr. Snowy. Chris Mullen is on top at 93 points. So he is.
I had Mo Salah as captain.
He had Salah as vice captain and fucking Haaland as captain.
Very good.
I don't know. That's so obvious. I had fucking Villa players as captains and vice captain. What the fuck I was thinking there. But Kev, last week go.
We're going to the zoo. The zoo.
You know what?
How about you?
Before we go to the zoo, because we'll forget to do it again.
We're going to the zoo. We're going to the zoo, Pickle. Right. We're going to the zoo.
We're not going to the zoo. On the way to the zoo.
We're going to the fucking zoo.
Right. We're on the way to the zoo, right? And do you sing in the car with your family?
There you go. We sing. We're going to the zoo. Tomorrow, the zoo. Tomorrow. Yeah, we sing a song.
We sing like ridiculous song. Emma has a playlist. We put it on in the car. Once we get to Seasons of Love, which is that song, I told you before, Kev, how many minutes are in a year? 525,600 minutes. Unbelievable song. We literally, me and Emma, belt that shit out, right? I love singing in the car. If you don't sing in the car with your family, sing in the car with your family. Everything will look better until somebody sings the wrong chord and you're like, shut.
I put in the wrong words all the time. I make up words. And then I could be singing alongside my wife and that's not the word, Kevin.
Yeah.
That is not the
my
word
wife
in that song.
Is you. And I am your wife, because that is literally the exact same. She will be belting a song out, and I will be. No, one of them words is right. It's to the right tune. It's to the right tune.
The word to be right, but there's always a word that's wrong.
Yeah, right. Kev, we've made it to the zoo. We've just
so we just sing everywhere. But on every trip, or would you be only on long trips?
Oh, no, I could be going to the shop and I'd be like, if a song comes on, I'd be like, right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, hit it. Boom, man.
So what sort of songs are you going to play when you're driving? Are you going to learn how to drive?
Of course I'm not. I'm fucking 38, right? If I drive a car, I will die in a car, right? Okay? Simple as that. Okay? That's just simplistic simpleness, because I am a retard and I don't know how to drive cars and I don't want to know how to drive cars. I spent 38 years sitting in the passenger seat. I'm grand where I am for another 12 or 14, right? Right, Kev, we're in the zoo.
Yeah.
What you going to do?
I'm going to fight the bastards.
But who are you going to fight, Kev? Who do you want to fight?
the only animal in Dublin Zoo, there's a few animals I wouldn't mind fighting. There's little penguins, right? The little penguins there, kind of hidden away on their own, up beside the sea lines. I will fight the penguins. They're only small. They'll bite peck at you, but you can drop kick them. They're almost size of a football, like as an American football.
So you're thinking they can't attack you, like because they
can't win. I don't want to lose.
But no, yeah, I know, but you don't want to make it easy. I'm not gonna tell you you're gonna fight a lion, like, but I mean, like a penguin. Like you want something that could throw a punch, like a kangaroo or something.
Why?
To make it in, like you can take a punch. As we found out many years ago,
Yeah.
and then when I stop and ask you if you're okay.
Or even a sea lion. That'd be a little tricky one. They'd be slippery. You know what I mean?
But would you have to fight that in water?
No, he come out of the water.
I'm thinking of a swordfish. That the big one that has a loop. And
a sea lion is nothing like a swordfish.
I know, but that's what I'm thinking of.
Stop. When have you ever seen a swordfish
I'm tired.
in a fucking zoo?
Probably in the aquarium, no? I don't know.
That's not a zoo. That's an aquarium. There's a fucking big difference. A zoo is called a zoo. An aquarium is called, we call it an aquarium zoo. But it's not a zoo.
That's a good point. It's all above land, I suppose. That would be the whole point of it being a zoo. I think Dublin Zoo is shit. Now, we're going to go back to it, right? With Jamie.
I swear to God, if you, I'm going to hang up on you. Dublin Zoo is absolutely fantastic zoo.
It's like Jurassic fucking Park, the first film, when they were driving through going, So, where's the dinosaurs? I'm like, where's the fucking
animals? What? They're not going to fit. They lie down. They get up. They lie down. They get up again. You have to go in the morning time, so it's nice and early for them. So they can be walking around after having their breakfast and so on.
Then why is it open all day?
So people can come in.
No, but if they only get up after their breakfast and have a walk around, like, why are they open at lunchtime? Why are they open at nap time?
Every time I've seen every animal that I wanted to see.
I saw giraffes, right, which were cool.
The African plains is one of the most amazing things of nature in Dublin. To see them in, hopefully, kind of what they'd be like in the wild. The African plains is beautiful in Dublin too.
Well, the nicest thing that I've seen in Dublin was Bunsen burger. Until I dripped it down my top and had to put a jumper on. So it was, I don't know, Kev, like, are meerkats animals in zoos, no?
Yeah, they're in the meerkat restaurant.
Right.
Dublin Zoo.
Like a restaurant, like, are they serving food?
No, they're in behind glass in the restaurant. Yeah.
I think that could be an interesting fight because they can talk, can't they?
What?
You see the ads.
Alan. Yeah. Oh yeah. Animals can talk. Yeah. Fucking Dr. Doolittle here across from me, like fucking hell.
I just think, how if I was somebody that, and then after watching me, he goes, Alan! You know what I mean? And like all of a sudden, this other guy comes running over and drop
Alan!
Yeah.
Kick his ass.
I don't know. I think you have to go for somebody you'd beat. So obviously a penguin would be a good one. But the other flip side,
you could take it.
Yeah. But the flip side, Kev, who could you absolutely
what
not
am I
beat?
taking on a little monkey? Like little monkeys, you had to fight little monkeys. They can throw a punch.
I think a kangaroo, a baby one, not a big one, like a baby kangaroo. So
you want to fight a baby kangaroo?
Yeah, like he has a little, but he also has a bounce, like.
And the kicks will get you.
But not if you stand in front of them because they only kick from behind, don't they?
No, Pico, they kick in front. They're
I think
on
you're
the tail
wrong.
And they kick
Right.
with the front. They kick out, not kick behind. That's a donkey or a horse.
Right, or any animal with four legs.
Thank God you are not a vet. But you'd have a fucking kangaroo in an aquarium kicking backwards. Fucking wouldn't want to see that boy. That's a fucking strange kangaroo. Steve Irwin will come back and haunt you there. What the fuck? What the fuck are you doing with a kangaroo?
Oh man! Oh fuck!
That was a good. I think that was good. That was a good impression, was it not?
That was actually really fucking good. But here's a weird thing: how did he die?
A stingray.
Right. I don't know for anybody out there with kids, right? My young fella now, coming up to 2 years of age, watches Blippi, right? A lot.
That's the yellow and blue for the glasses.
Yeah. So orange and blue, but that's okay. He had an episode where he was in like an aquarium type thing, right? And he was putting his hand in and petting stingrays
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
But then how did it kill your man then?
But I could put my hand in and pet a dog, right? Right? But if I jumped on the fucking dog could bite me.
Oh, so he was like wrestling the stingray?
No, he jumped off like a peer.
Right.
He jumped off a boat and landed straight on the fucking thing.
Oh,
and
shit.
The stingray went, hang on a fucking second, have that. And he swung with his stingray right through the chest.
Shit, right, okay. I didn't know that. Kev, I forgot something that I completely never even thought of putting into this week's show, and I have a wrote down here, right? We got a message in last week from Pamela asking about, you said she needed to talk to her husband. 2 kids, not getting any sex, had had messaged, got messages, wanted advice. Now, I cut this down into just a few, right? Okay. Some people were like, hey, just go talk to your husband. As Kev said, some were sensible and went, hey, just go talk. Some people, not so much. Okay. We got slut. We got home wrecker if she meets these guys. Okay. The one that I thought was good was, and we got this off 2 different people, grow up. None of us have the same sex that we used to have. Okay. Maybe from another person who's in a marriage that
mine's better.
Yeah, there you go. Right. Okay. And then the last one, which I think I touched on this last week, or maybe I didn't. Maybe the husband is gay. I mentioned that, I think, last week. Or something like that. Or maybe he's going through something else himself.
Well, right? I think you said he could be away shagging somebody else.
Yes, I said he could be having an affair. Somebody said maybe he's gay. So look at Pamela, as we called you, because something to do with your 5 sisters, as Kev referenced last week. Take that all with a pinch of salt. Okay, whatever them people say, we hope you sorted your shit out and stuff like that. Kev, we have.
No, we never did.
What?
We never did the animal we didn't want to fight.
I'm a lion all day long, Kev.
What?
Because Scar from Lion King. He'll throw you off a cliff.
Rawr! Rawr! How dare you? You're a gay lion. Rawr! Look it out. Bring on Mary again.
No, for me, if we were fighting on the edge of a cliff, I know he would push me, he would get his claws into me, and he'd just let me go.
Being Dublin Zoo pickle, there's a one big motherfucking of a silverback gorilla pickle, right? The last time we were there, right? He stood, right? So big area where he is, okay? And there's a door of where they're coming in and out. He stood, say, 2 steps away from the door, looking at the wall, right? Looking at the wall of his house. Yeah. And they're this close, right? So if you don't see me, he literally nose to the fucking wall and just stood there looking at the wall. And I'm like, I would not want to fuck with this dude. But this dude looks like he is going to go ape shit in a minute. After about 5 minutes, he kind of looked around and he kind of looked at you. And I'm like, nah, I'm not messing with you, motherfucker. So I would not want to get into the gorilla pen in Dublin Zoo, but they would. He'd ravage you. He'd savage you. He'd do things to you that you wouldn't even know what was going on. He'd ride you as well as kill you at the same time, I'd say.
Well, talking about stuff that you didn't think ever would happen to you, boob sweat was brought up this week on the podcast, right? By me, okay? And we got a couple of laughing emojis off certain girls that we know, right? And we were like, hey, if you need any help, just give us a shout. I don't think people understand in this heat how serious a condition boob sweat can actually be.
One thing for it. Do what my wife does. Just don't wear a bra anymore.
And if anybody needs any help...
you can wear boxer shorts. Have like one boxer short in one there and one. But they soak up more sweat than I think a bra would.
But years ago...
But a bra could be lacy, a bra could be sporty, a bra could be padded. A lot of padding going on there that isn't going to help the sweating.
But, question for you. And again, for anybody who's not watching this, good, right? About 10...
What do you wear, Pickle, on your big man boobs?
This is what I'm about to show you, right? Okay, so 10 or 15 years ago, I met a girl who's now, I think, married and has a kid to one of our mates, right? And she introduced me to boob sweat. Okay, she sat in the bar beside me and was like, oh man, I have an awful case of boob sweat. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And she was on about the middle bit here, right?
Okay.
And she got me to put my fingers in it and rub, okay? And then she was like, sniff that. I bet you it's nothing like your belly button. I was like, oh my God, you are fucking mad. I the first time I've met this girl, right? So my question is it under the cup that's the bad boob sweat, or is it the between the boobs that's the worst sweat?
You don't have to do these. I wouldn't know.
Like, I sweat everywhere just because of the size of me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sweating right now, for God's sake. Like,
you sweat through your nostrils.
I'm telling you, I used to always say you could tell a guy that drank a lot because he just looks like he sweats. I'm now that guy for the last 10 days. So I am. But Kev, listen, we have to do something on this week's show that we come up with an awesome fucking name for, Kev. We love our own game shows. We love.
Can I just do one more thing? But I got a message as well before you go on to our game show.
Yeah.
It was, lads. Sorry, hang on now.
Oh, at least
lads, what story? Been listening to the last couple of weeks. Got an issue with the wife. I was having a shave the other night, and I decided I needed a piss at the same time. Okay. So this is what I did. I was shaving away, tap running, and I decided to have a piss in the sink. As I was pissing, the wife walks in and see me pissing in the sink. Lads, please say I'm not the only one. Have you ever pissed in the sink? Pickle.
I don't think I have. And two reasons. One, I'm not that tall and it's not that big, right? So you need to have a bit of a loop in it. Ain't got no loop. I'm like a loop-to-loop ice cream. I'm a straight.
I have. I think it's quite natural. No, not in the kitchen sink, because it's kind of, it's slightly higher than your normal sink would be. And like in the bathroom sink's slightly lower. Like, I just put my balls on the rim of the sink.
Time out. Quick question then, right? So are you saying if your kitchen sink was lower, you would do it in the kitchen sink?
Why wouldn't you?
Because it's the fucking kitchen sink. Like, do you piss in the shower?
Yeah. All the time.
Yeah, that's what Farouk is.
Pissing in the sink, I don't think it'd been a really big issue. Like, I think I did it the other night. Just sit down there. I think it's brushing my teeth. I was like, I need a piss. Balls going, nice and cool. But the ceramic is kind of quite cool. So away you go, and Bob's your uncle. And it's quite natural because you just give it a wee rinse away, and it uses less water. It's better for the environment, better for all these people that believe in the global warming, and all good to go again, Pickle.
What, you think the sun will go away and the heat will go away if we all just stop pissing in the sink, yeah?
Piss in the sink.
Well, thanks for sending that message in, you absolute fucking vile bastard.
So, guys, I think we put that up on the poll during the week. Do you piss in the sink?
Wow. And girls can answer that too, because weirdly enough, whenever we ask a question for just blokes, girls always answer it. And I don't know if they're answering for their own bloke.
Like, do you have a pension and do you have a penis?
Right. Quick question. Right.
So we'll talk about it next week. Because we have to get on to our game.
Yeah, but I just want to say, I don't understand pensions. I don't understand.
We'll talk about it next week. I'll give you a rundown of pension section.
Right. Okay. Well, just, 55 said they did and 45 said they didn't. Right. So listen, Kev, we have a game show that we want to do right now. And this game show, after something that we used to know called the Krypton factor. This is called the Dick Factor. Okay. So, Kev, I have the top 10 countries in the world with the largest erect penis length. I also have the 10 smallest.
Those again.
Right?
Look, lads, boys and girls, his internet connection is woeful. I don't understand why it's so bad, but he's in the middle of the door. And this is what happens, Pickle.
I love this.
Freezes from time to time.
Yeah.
And I have no idea why.
Every time Kev says that I've frozen, on my side, he's frozen. And now, again, it keeps telling me my internet is unstable, which means my wife is probably upstairs using a million and one things. There's
watching Babe Station, looking at Amanda, whatever.
Probably 3 Alexas on and a couple of different apps, right? So, yeah, I have the 10 smallest erect penis lengths as well, 10 countries, right? So, Kev, I am going to name you, right? 10 countries. So 5 and 5. And you have to tell me if they're in the top 10 of the biggest or the top 10 of the smallest. Okay. So your first country.
So the best thing in score is 10 out of 10, yeah?
Maximum 10 out of 10, Kev. Right? Okay, that's the maximum. I think you should be getting at least 5 out of this, okay? So the first country I'm going to ask you for, right? So either the biggest 10 or the smallest 10, right, is Thailand.
See, you got she's going on there as well, don't you?
I don't know if that counts in this.
Girls that had big cocks placed on them by mistake and stuff like that going on. It has to be. It's Asia. I'm going to go with small.
Correct, right? 4.51 inches. Sounds pretty good to me, right? Okay. Right. So, right. That's 1 out of 1, Kev. Right. You're doing well, okay? Cambodia.
Cambodia. That's Asia as well. That's near Vietnam.
If you say so.
That's near Vietnam. Those are Ching Chong Chinamen as well. Like, you know what I mean? I'm going to go small again.
Kevin, you are correct, my friend. And you know what? It's the smallest, right?
Ooh, smaller than China.
Cambodia, 3.95 inches. Again, sounds pretty good to me. So it does. All right. So
that's size, Pickle.
Yeah.
That's microcock.
It really is. Apparently, so I've been told by my wife. So your next one, Kev. Number 3, Senegal.
Oh yeah, big boys then now. Hey, big black dicks. Hey, I'm a big black dick. I say, don't tell me that. I would say 6.4 inches.
Not fucking off, Kev. 6.26. Right now. The reason why we brought in the dick factor this week is because we've talked about it enough times in the show. How, Kev, you have a very large penis. Okay. Now, I've never asked you on the podcast to tell us what length it is, but I don't know how you measure a baby's arm. Okay. But whatever that is, every baby's probably a little bit different, but it's a fucking monster of a thing. Okay.
Well, I've actually measured it on numerous occasions, and there's certain ways of measuring it.
With a ruler or with like tape?
I've done it with a ruler. I've done it with tape. I've done it with my hand. Supposedly, it's from the tip of your thumb. Well, it's not from the tip and the middle finger. Okay.
So it's your index finger.
Maybe it is for some people.
Right.
Okay. So, but if I go like that, right?
Christ.
If I go like that, Pickle, look, there's that.
That's not you, Kev.
Okay. But then, if I get my arm, okay?
Yeah.
See my arm? It is the same size as that. See?
Jesus Christ.
So the forearm, my forearm, there you go. So if you look at my forearm, I got quite a large forearm.
Yeah. That is, for anybody not watching, Kev has his arm out. It's not his penis, okay? So it isn't okay. Right, Kev, you're 3 out of 3, right? So I'm going to jump in with the Netherlands.
Netherlands. Play a lot of football. A lot of 6'6" lads over there. Big, tall, lanky strings of shite. Do you remember Richard Krajicek, the tennis player?
Yes, he was huge.
His cock fell out one time playing in the American Open, and he had a big schlong on him.
He sailed. He got an ace.
I can tell you, he swung that fucking thing around us. But I even said, I'm going large in that one because he hit a volley and a fucking an overhead. What do you call that? Smash.
It was a smash. Yeah, he smashed it. Yeah. Well, you're right. It's in the big, right? It's 6.25 inches. Man, we are talking a lot of dick this week, right? Okay, Kev, we're gonna roll on. We're halfway mark here, Kev. You're fucking flying at this one, right? Zambia.
That's Africa again, isn't it?
Yeah. People are going to tell us that I'm wrong here, but yeah, it's Africa, yeah.
It's not. See, I think you're going to try to fuck with me here, so I'm going to go small.
Damn, you're right again, Kev. 6.2. No, Zambia is in the biggest.
Oh,
it's in the biggest.
I was at small at 6.2. What the fuck's going on in Africa?
6.21 in Zambia. My apologies. So, Kev, that's 4 out of 5, okay?
Damn, right? I thought you were messing me.
You know, good. Right, Sri Lanka. Surely it's in the name.
Sri Lanka's over by India.
A lot of cricketers. A lot of bats.
Again, in Asia, I think the cups are quite small over there, so I'm going to go small over there.
You are correct. 4.29 inches, my man. Okay.
So like they're playing cricket, you get a crack at the ball of one of them. It's missing like before wicket.
That's not a leg.
My big leg.
Your big leg.
Like if I was playing cricket, Pickle, I could be the stumps. I actually could be the stumps.
You could be the stumps, Kev, but it would hurt obviously if the bails came off. Like
if the bails, the bails come off. Or hit the middle stump. The middle stump.
The middle stump. You're right here, man. You're right here. Vietnam, Kev.
Oh, Vietnam. Come on. They make it a little bit harder for you. Vietnam has to be small.
It is small. Jesus Christ, Kev. Right.
Okay. There's tiny little cocks over there. They're blown up by your man. What's his name? That blew them all up before. He blew the cocks off them, sure, nearly.
Gary Glitter?
He just sucked them off.
Oh man.
Poor Gary. That's my uncle was named after him.
He was not. He wasn't.
Yeah. My uncle was named after him. Yeah. That's before he got all the bad reputation. Yeah, my uncle Gary was named after Gary Glitter. Yeah, that's how he got
fame. Hey, Kev, what about Bolivia?
Bolivia, South America. Again, I think once you go, see, if you split Europe and I think over towards Africa and that sort of scenario, I think you're getting bigger. Like a lot of say the Dutch went over there, a lot of Europeans went over there. So I'd say big penises over there too in Bolivia.
And you are correct. Second last one, Kev. And you look, this isn't getting harder. This is getting easier. No pun intended, okay? Cameroon. Roger Miller on the flag.
I know. So I know. I was crying over it.
Exactly.
Somebody gave out to me over it. Imagine a principal giving out to a fucking 8-year-old, fucking dancing like Roger Miller. That has to be big.
It is big, Kev. And then the last one, right? So at the minute, Kev, you've one wrong out of 9. That's impressive, right? Now I'm not making it more difficult. Ecuador.
Central South America. Not as many of them when they went over there. Mexicans, they've got small penises. I'm going to say small.
And Kev, I can tell you, you could not be further from the length, right? Ecuador is number 1 in the world.
What size?
6.93 inches.
Is that all?
That's all, Kev. Sorry if that sounds terrible to you. But yeah, 17.61 centimeters. So, in case you want to use
that's really the biggest. And that's really the average.
Up until August 2022, this year's stats, Ecuador is the biggest. So there's one European country in the top 10, which is Holland. Okay.
Where is Ireland rate?
Kev, you don't even want to know this, okay? Because would you say that the Irish is bigger than, and I have to go by what they call it, than the UK?
I heard this before. I think we're less in the UK.
But there's bigger dicks in the UK. Remember that, though.
There's a lot of dicks in the UK. And see, there's more black dick in the UK than there is black dick in Ireland.
Do you think?
Oh, yeah. There's loads of blacks in England. Let's be honest, we hadn't seen a black until 1990s. The only black person I ever seen for years was Paul McGrath.
Terry Phelan. We're 70th.
Well, they weren't even really black. They're kind of they're mixed race.
Yeah, we're 70th, right? Our average size.
You're a dickhead. You know that.
Is
bringing down the average.
5.03 is the length.
Hang on a second. I want to be back in 1 second.
So, just going to give a shout out to all the things we always do.
I'm not going to measure it.
No, but he just broke something with his penis, I'm guessing. Kev, what did you break?
Hang on.
So, I'm trying to find, right, the UK now that's ahead of us, because I know they're 66th, right? So we're 70th, they're 66th. China is bigger than us, Kev.
No, they're not.
They are by 0.12 of an inch or something.
I can't find my measuring tape. My penis measuring tape.
Did you know there's a country called Turkmenistan?
Turkmenistan, yeah. It's over beside Afghanistan and all them boys.
They are bigger than us as well.
No, I don't have. You're saying 5 point what?
03.
Jesus Christ.
We're the exact same as Mongolia.
There you go. Yeah. I'm not giving you. I'm
shocked.
I'm a lot bigger than that. That's all I'm saying.
He is. Not like, I don't know. Like
not double, but not far off. It's like
the Dominican Dr. Congo, right? Yeah.
Yeah, got big dicks. I've seen Eric's.
They're 41st though. Like the list is insane. Like France
Who's
is 11th.
then?
So Ecuador, Cameroon, Bolivia, Sudan.
Ecuador, Cameroon,
Bolivia. Fair enough. Sudan, Haiti, Senegal. Right. Gambia, who actually listened to the podcast. Cuba and the Netherlands. They're joint for 7th. So yeah, because there's some with same sizes. My question is this. Who did this test? Did some bloke go around the world, or female?
Well, I'd say you had to send it in.
Like, I pick a country. I would have thought, right? Like Brazil would have been big.
And Brazil's pretty big, I'd say.
Well, 22nd.
That's still pretty big, people.
Ivory Coast, 22nd. Like, I don't know, Italy's up there, 19th.
I can't. But you're very ruining it for us. Now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I'm not bringing in the average of 3.5, 5 million or whatever it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay.
Well, your 2 inches is an awful lot smaller than mine 9.
But I'm not trying to hide it. The people are trying to hide it.
You can easily hide it.
I know it's like a loss.
I had to lift up my t-shirts. I had to lift up my shorts sometimes and put it over the top of them, just in case.
Jesus fucking Christ Almighty!
Have you ever had to do that?
No, I just stand like a boy and I pull it down to my knees.
I was in town more than 2 weeks ago. Right? I was in the shop and I was wearing a pair of shorts, and for whatever reason I got a boner, right? And I couldn't go into the shop with a full boner, so I took it out and put it up over my shorts, right? And then put it on my t-shirts, and then you couldn't see it until it went down again, and then I put it in.
So you had it out?
Well, yeah, but I had it out, but no one could see it.
So, guys, anybody that meets Kev in town with shorts on, expect there to be a wild animal floating out about it, right?
No, it's well secured. Well secured.
Mother of sweet divine of Christ. Kev, I look, as my wife would say now.
I think it's a pod show.
I think it's a pod show, buddy. I really do. I think it's a pod show. But listen, we got to give the shout outs like we always do. Finny, what the fuck was going on with you the last 2 weeks, my man? What was going on with you? We're still waiting on that contract for our Kevin Pickle Show pizza. Nah, we're only kidding. We love you. Guys, get into Tony's Pizzeria, okay, on Park Street there in the Dock. Michael Lynch's Menswear on Clonbrassil Street. And Kev, last but not least,
Peter Cherry, Goalkeeping Academy and Soccer Academy and Little Cherries.
Ickle Cherries as well. Listen, guys, we always love the support. We love when you send messages through us. It's pretty fucking awesome. Well done on Ken with his Fritzl Palace. Fucking love that name. Kev hates that name, but I fucking love. Kev literally said to me, "Nope, can't do it. Nope."
The best thing tonight. No, I don't usually reflect on the show.
You don't ever, no.
Dead or alive, meeting a man in McCann is definitely going to go down in fucking history in this show.
Possibly. I want the guys, let us know what you thought of our list, okay? And also what you thought of the dick factor, okay? So you now know, girls, if you're planning any holidays, you now know where to go, okay?
Don't go to Cambodia. Don't go to Cambodia.
Don't go to Ireland. Don't go to Dundalk. Stay away from me, right? Because you'll just be utterly disappointed. Yeah, come out to Cooley, like, you know what I mean? Go out to the Hoolie and Cooley. But yeah, listen, Kev, that is a pod show. My man, that is a pod show. Love that little word now. We're going to use it. Thanks to the wife. Pod show. Guys.
Share the show.
And get in contact with us. You have been getting in contact with us absolutely loads. Sarah's going to come on now with a little tune called All I Want. She can take it away. Kev, have a great week. Everybody, have a great week. We'll talk to you next week. Good luck.
Cheerio, cheerio.